Hi boys and girls, I'm Mr. Toombs, and today we're going to be learning our first kicks. Alright, remember Muay Thai is the art of 8 limbs, and it's a 8 striking point martial art. Alright, so just to this point you've learned the hands. Now we're going to start learning the feet and the lower leg. So the first thing that's important is where to actually contact your opponent when you throw a roundhouse or you throw a switch kick. And if you can imagine, I was wearing those popular like Nike crew socks that you see sometimes in sports that come up just below the calf. That area down to the laces is an appropriate spot to contact your opponent. You never want to hit your opponent with your toes. All right, it's a good way to get hurt. Even in training, when you hit a pad with your toes, it can hurt you as well. So some safety considerations. All right, so first thing we're going to learn is the roundhouse. This is a rear body kick. All right, this is the dominant side of the body. This is a knockout or a power kick. So from a good stance, all right, I want you to pretend that your opponent is a pitcher. You're going to point your front toe. You're standing on home plate, pointing your front toe at the pitcher. If we talk about body awareness, if my toe is pointed this way, my hip is basically going to be pointed that way as well. All right, so to throw this kick, what I'm going to do is to open up the power of my hips, is take my toe and point it towards third base. Now my hips open, and I can spill all the way across my body to deliver this. All right, again, body awareness. By placing my toe, my hips open, by opening my hips, I deliver an effective kick. All right, so I'm in my stance here. The combination of the moment calls for a roundhouse, a rear kick of the body. I'm going to open my front foot, put it at a 45-degree angle over towards third base. And I'm going to send the hips through, and almost like a towel whip or a whipping action, the part that contacts the opponent comes through last. All right? Another concept for body awareness is, and this is important for the seniors, the front hand is going to also make that motion. So my lower body is facilitated by my upper body. So the torque of my lower body comes from my upper body. Seniors, you have to describe how offense is always defense, so that top hand can wash away any strikes that might be coming through as you're trying to deliver this kick. All right, so that is the roundhouse. Common mistakes with this one are kids don't open the feet and kids don't open the hips, and they end up in a position like this, almost like you'd see football in American football, a punter. All right, so you don't want to end with your hips like this. You want to end with your hips stacked on top of each other. The dominant hip is above the non-dominant hip. All right, this one's hard to demonstrate without having a pad there, but you want to end up in a position like this. This kick can work all the way up the body, from the legs all the way up to the head. All right, that's the roundhouse kick. Now the opposite of that kick is the switch kick. That's a front kick. This is a hard kick to throw and involves some footwork first. So the first thing why they call it a switch kick is the front and the back switch. So if you watch this in itself, I'm about to show you is a drill. You're going to take the back leg and switch. All right, so anytime I want to move forward, I get my weight back and I switch. All right, so my back leg just became my front leg. So if you look at that, I take my weight back, step, step. Now as this foot steps down, we just had a conversation on the hip. Point this towards first base. All right, point this towards first base. You watch here, my toes point to my opponent. I decide to do a switch kick. I point this too. Now my hips are open, and it can facilitate all the mechanics we just talked about with the roundhouse. The stacked hips, the washing hand, etc. All right? Lefties, you're gonna have to switch everything I just said. So lefties, when you're throwing your roundhouse, your front foot goes towards first base. All right? Left leg comes around, left hand washes. When you do your switch kick, you have to switch up and point towards third base. All right? That's the switch kick and the roundhouse. Thank you.